What up, guys? Today, we are jumping into Absolute, and I am finally going to try out a jump pack dodging build that, actually refills the jump pack when you nail the perfect dodge with the jump pack. So here's the thing. I've tried it before. I tried to basically just, hit a couple of the perfect dodges with the jump pack. I didn't try the perk that actually refills the cooldown. And I have a really nice perk set up here for Assault. The more I use this build, basically the better I got at it, and then the more fun I was having. I am getting cooldown. With the jump pack slams, and there's a nice dodge right there. And I'm also using a fencing power fist, because essentially we are building around the gun strikes and basically the jump pack as well. There's another nice perfect dodge there. We can definitely be a little bit awkward to nail the perfect dodges consistently, but when it works really well. And yes, the fencing power fist is just so that I can basically get a good damage output while also using a weapon that's faster than the Thunder Hammer. And also, at the same time, it pairs very well with the jump pack slams, and I still get the pairing ability in order to, nail the gun strikes. Now, an enemy attacked me from behind. I probably should have turned around and did something about that. I don't know why I was just so casual about taking that much damage. That was pretty wild. But still, as you can see, yes, the parrying is still very effective. And yeah, the majors can definitely feel a little bit tanky if you're not hitting their heads with the heavy bolt pistol. The heavy bolt pistol is actually a pretty good weapon as long as you are nailing the headshots. And still it pairs very well with the fact that here's the thing with the ground slams with the fencing power fist, it is not hitting that one-shot breakpoint. So the heavy bolt pistol actually really helps out the overall DPS, basically hit that breakpoint when I need to use the jump pack slam attack. Basically, the Power Fist is a really good all-around weapon right now. The fact that I was able to pair it with this build and not feel too much damage fall off as far as melee goes, really impressed me. And yeah, obviously, oh my god, look at that Ravener. The Ravener was really creeping up behind me. But yeah, the Power Fist really impressed me with this operation. The ground slams are effective, and the weapon is fast enough to engage in melee combat. The charge attacks are very damaging, and not to mention, the range on the charge attacks are also very useful. So all of this together brought the build a really balanced approach with taking out a mob. You can practically do what you want, really. You can use the jump pack to get your cooldown on the kills as well, so even if you want to go the route of just slamming down on a bunch of gaunts, you are capable to do that. And yes, still, the perfect dodge with the jump pack feels really good to pull off. Sometimes it can be awkward. But even if you're in a position where you miss the perfect dodge with the jump pack, you still have the parrying capabilities of a fencing power fist. And I use a ton of fencing weapons. I gotta say, the fencing power fist is it could be the best fencing weapon in the game at the moment. I mean, the power sword's pretty good as well, but you gotta consider intimidating aura. The thing is, obviously, intimidating aura is a bulwark perk. But the power sword is in a better spot as well. I do want some more practice with it. Maybe a fencing power sword is potentially stronger than the power fist. But I think the power fist charge attacks are, basically just a step above of what's capable from the chain sword. So I do think the power fist is stronger than the chain sword. The Thunder Hammer is just a little bit slow. A fencing Thunder Hammer isn't very necessary as well. I just, if I want to parry with the Thunder Hammer, I just use balance. Oh yeah, this Neurothrope fight is so funny. I noticed this sniper. And unless I took out the sniper, I wasn't going to be able to move much around the battlefield. So I went right after this guy. It is an enraged sniper. And then this Neurothrope, just pay attention to the health bar. My teammates do a great job at taking out the Neurothrope. They just, consistently damage it, and, they're able to aggro it as well, which is nice. But yeah, okay, about fencing weapons and, their overall melee impact. That's pretty much what I'm looking for with a fencing weapon. I don't purely want to parry with it, you know what I mean? I want to make sure I can parry with it and then use the charge attacks as well if necessary. And the Power Fist charge attacks recently have been buffed. So that overall just makes the fencing Power Fist a very good weapon. And yeah, the chainsword, like honestly, all the melee weapons are in a really good spot right now. But yes, I was definitely impressed with the capabilities of the fencing Power Fist to be able to be a good melee weapon and a good fencing weapon. And yes, especially with the perfect dodging, obviously, it really put this build at a spot with combat that just felt like you could approach every situation. You basically had a answer for any situation. It just felt really, really good. And especially when you were able to get the perfect dodges with the jump pack, that's, when everything starts to really feel, like powerful with this. I don't want to say this is the strongest assault build because I don't know if I was like super good at using it yet. But from what I was able to gather, like honestly, it just felt like it was likely the build that I felt like I was able to survive the most as assault, because the jump pack dodging capability is really nice and you get the gun strikes, and then I'm also getting armor back for the gun strikes. And then, obviously, I'm buffing my gunstrike damage, so it's interesting. You're able to get the armor back that you want to keep fighting with, and then you also still have the jump pack to either, basically survive an attack, or open up a fight with a giant slam, which will also get your cooldown back, depending on how many gaunts you take out with it, pretty much. And it's still the Power Fist, so slamming with the Power Fist is still just overall a really nice, just a nice DPS output. And yeah, the heavy bolt pistol is pretty much carrying the ranged attacks. Not to mention, the Power Fist kind of has a charge attack that has ranged capabilities as well. But the heavy bolt pistol against Zoanthropes definitely feels feels pretty good. Luckily here we do have a tactical, so our range capabilities as a team is actually not too bad. But yeah, I am building around the heavy bolt pistol. I'm not too sure why I jumped there. Maybe I thought I was gonna be able to slam on one of the Zoanthropes or something. Not too sure. Oh yeah, maybe. Oh no, I could be trying. Yeah, I do believe you can perfect dodge some of those Zoanthrope attacks with the jump pack. So maybe I was trying that out. That's one of the things I mentioned earlier. I definitely know there's more capabilities with the jump pack dodging than I was. Basically, I saved the jump pack dodges for lunges. Like if there was an enemy that I saw that was on their way to attack me, I was able to just go for the dodge right there. But sometimes it worked more often than it didn't. But yeah, that moment right there, I feel like I was just a little bit early. You're better off waiting for them to basically hit you. The more you wait for the enemy to get close to you, the better your chances are to perfect dodge it with the jump pack. But obviously that's a rough game to play. You don't want to wait too long and get hit. So there's definitely a sweet spot to it. And once you hit it, you'll be able to recognize it, and you'll be able to jump pack more often. There's a nice running attack with the Power Fist. Like I said, the Power Fist is still a good melee weapon. The fencing Power Fist is actually pretty fast as well as a regular weapon to just swing. Yeah, here I was just having fun with some of those parries. And this could really be the most fun I had playing this class. As that Ravener again, a Ravener sneaked up on me. I really thought it was just going to be the Gaunts behind me, but the Ravener just kept it kept hitting me, and I was like, dude, what is behind me? It turns out it's an extremist. But yeah, this honestly could be the most fun I had playing the Assault class. And I say that because I think the jump pack dodges are pretty unique. And this is the first operation where I was able to land a few of them, so I was actually pretty happy with what they brought to this class. It just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like you know, it just feels like Assault is very athletic, and you want to make sure that you have a lot of ways to approach combat depending on what you need. And I just think, you know, building around the jump pack dodge gives you what you need to basically avoid every situation if you really want to, because you also have the ability to parry with the fencing power fist. So here I definitely just pointed out that that's in there because of the bulwark. This will be relevant in a pretty weird way. And no, okay, so don't get me wrong. The blocking Thunderhammer is an absolute beast of a weapon. Blocking in general is really good. Oh yeah, here, so I get hit with a sniper and I really try to go over there just to pick up the stim, just to heal myself. Hey, look, I pointed it out. The bulwark didn't want to pick it up. I don't know. I did almost die there. But yeah, so the blocking Thunderhammer is definitely a beast of a weapon. Blocking is really good. And I feel like blocking would have been good with this build as well. But this was like the one time where I feel like the fencing melee, basically the fencing melee mode was relevant for, you know, Assault. Normally when I'm playing Assault, I'm either playing balanced or blocking. And I never really think of fencing because obviously fencing gives you basically, you know, it gives you less melee output. But since the Power Fist has the really, really good charge attacks right now, I just think it brought a lot to the table to use a fencing Power Fist, because I would be able to get to consistently parry and still be able to put out a lot of damage, you know, basically in close range. I don't know what's going on with people blowing up themselves at the end of this operation, but that's the second time I saw it. But yes, okay, so I know there's a lot to say about that build. The jump pack dodges can be inconsistent, but I think they can be very useful. Here, I do get around 12k, like basically 13,000 damage, but the bulwark out damages me by 1,000, which is wild. But hey, I had more range damage than the tactical, which is cool.